Hey guys, I'm Victor and welcome to another episode of Soccer Fan Perspective. Now, as usual, I will recap today's games and then give you a little bit of a preview of the upcoming matches tomorrow. It wasn't boring. Both teams had a few good opportunities. As expected, Chile was more proactive as they needed to win the win to get on the top of the group. The first goal by Netherlands was off a header by an unmarked Fur, and the second through a counterattack finished by Depay. It cements the positions for both teams as they were before the match. Spain leaves this World Cup with a little bit of redemption. They made a slew of changes, only keeping 4 of the main starting 11, and got the win. You do wonder, though, if these changes were made earlier, would that have changed things for Spain? As for Australia, they did have a younger squad, but they did miss the absence of Tim Cahill up top. They had a few good chances, but were unable to capitalize on them. Their impact players tend to be up there in age, so you do wonder how this Australian team will look like once players like Tim Cahill and Mark Bresciano retire. Cameroon started the game off by showing some fight. Even though they were down by a goal scored by Neymar, they continued pushing up, and they did get their goal. Then Neymar scored Brazil's second, and it was all of them for the rest of the game. Even the offsides goal by Fred, and I do mean it was offsides. For Cameroon, this was a horrible tournament yet again. Hopefully they'll make the necessary changes to improve this team for the upcoming tournaments. Croatia's coach said he had a game plan for beating Mexico. Well, clearly that didn't happen as Mexico won 3-1. Croatia pushed forward, and when that didn't work, Kovac put more offensive players in hopes of breaking them down, and unfortunately it went the other way. I will say that they did manage to get a goal, which is something neither Cameroon or Brazil could do. As for Mexico, they deserve this win, especially since the officiating wasn't on their side, and of course I'm referring to those 2 handballs that weren't called. Croatia sitting pretty, having already qualified. I would believe that they will be resting their key players as they already can advance on the top of the group even with a loss. Here's where England should take advantage of this. We've seen that England has speedy players. They should start on all cylinders and give the fans something to cheer about before they go home. I'm predicting a 1-0 win for England. This is the match that you want to watch for Group C, as Uruguay need a win to get to the next round, and with the momentum going their way, they might actually do it. Whether you hate him or love him, Suarez will have to show up for Uruguay to be dangerous. They are clearly a different team when he's on the field, but will he, not being 100%, be an issue for Uruguay? As for Italy, they had a surprising defeat against Costa Rica. It was a game where Pirlo was nullified enough to be silent, and he has to have more of an influence in this game. They also have Balotelli, who didn't have many chances against Costa Rica, and he'll just have to be better at finishing his chances, because I believe Uruguay will also limit his chances as Costa Rica did, so we'll have to be sharper in the final third. I'm predicting a 1-1 tie. Greece still has a shot at getting into the next round, but they have to win, and for that they have to score, which hasn't been happening in this World Cup. They will most likely try to play to their strength, which is set pieces, so expect them to draw fouls around the box. As for Cote d'ivoire, all they need is a tie. They shouldn't venture too much into the attack, but this team wasn't built to defend. As long as they keep enough players up the field for Greece's defenders to stay back, they should be fine. So I'm predicting a 2-0 win for Cote d'Ivoire. Japan need a win, but they have to do it against the toughest team in their group, which is Colombia. Now, the fact that Colombia has already qualified could benefit them, but they need to be sharper in the final third, as they had issues against a 10-man Greece team. Colombia should look to keep possession of the ball and slow the game down. I am predicting a 2-1 win for Colombia. So that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, well, give it a thumbs down. Now, if you agree or disagree with anything I said, then please leave in the comment section, as I like to read your opinions. Also, if you like this content, then hit that subscribe button and follow the show on Facebook at Soccer Fan Perspective and on Twitter at SFP Soccer Show to stay updated. Also, make sure to check in tomorrow for the recaps of the games I just previewed today and the previews for the upcoming matches. So until next time, see you guys later.